Imagine a massive lake that was once the largest body of freshwater west of the Mississippi. A lake that seemed to vanish overnight. Around 150 years ago, this area was a part of a thriving biodiverse ecosystem. Now it is a vast farmland surrounded by a desert. This is the story of Tulare Lake, a lake that's returning to life, reshaping the land and rewriting history. But why did it disappear in the first place? And what does its return mean for California today? In today's before and after video, we look at the fascinating story of Tulare Lake, its background, history, evolution, and of course, the dramatic before and after status. Let's begin with the historical context. In the mid-1800s, Tulare Lake was a colossal site, a sprawling 800 square mile expanse teeming with fish, wildlife, and resources. To locals, it was a lifeline. To the Native American Yukut's tribe, it was sacred. Fed by the Kings Kaweah, Tule, and Kern rivers, Tulare Lake became a rare oasis in California's dry Central Valley. But that's where the beauty ends and the tragedy begins, because by the late 1800s, Tulare's crystal blue waters would vanish almost entirely. So what happened? As settlers arrived in California, the Central Valley became prime farmland. Water from the Sierra Nevada mountains flowed into Tulare Lake yearly when the snow melted. When the rains came, they replenished the water supply that was lost during the summer due to evaporation. This meant that the lake changed in size throughout different times of the year, which created extremely fertile wetlands during rainy years. The entire region became rich with precious nutrients and minerals that vegetation needed to grow, as fresh silt would be deposited along the river. By the early 1900s, rivers that once fed Tulare Lake were diverted to irrigate fields instead of filling the lake. Tulare Lake's water was redirected, drained, and ultimately erased from the landscape. By the time the late 20th century arrived, the largest freshwater lake in California was gone, replaced by thousands of acres of fertile farmland. Tulare Lake was erased from maps and from memory, like a ghost lake, lost to time. But it was not to stay gone forever. It made several appearances over the decades, a few times in the 1930s, once in the 1960s, and with several appearances in the 1980s, nature has a powerful way of reclaiming what was once hers. This humid area of around 30 square miles transformed back into the old serene lake due to storms of immense power. Still, residents are not thrilled about it, as farmers in Kings County have a $2 billion agriculture industry on this land. People's livelihoods now depend on the land's production of cotton, tomatoes, nuts, and dairy. And an uncontrolled lake threatened all of that. In 2023, the lake bed started to fill again after a record-breaking winter of relentless storms and massive snowpack melt. Thousands of acres of farmland, homes, and roads now lie beneath several feet of water. California's Lost Lake is rising, and it's bringing both destruction and hope. For some, it's a disaster, but for others, it's a fascinating glimpse into the past. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for more incredible before and after stories.